Hello, good afternoon, guys. I'm just chilling. I wanted to talk to you guys today just about something random. Just how it's going, like soul, consciousness, just chilling. Um, I guess I'll tell you about just what's been going on, what I've been seeing, how I've been studying personalities and archetypes and stuff. So I like I like what people consider like a cult. Like it's for me, it's pretty obvious. It's just like studying like major personalities and like what people will call like arcana and all this stuff. Like it makes sense. It all it is just like information flow. I just wanted to talk about interesting things. So like I learned how how souls, how people that you've encountered in like your previous life and like in experience, like friends, like it's really cool. Like the Jojo's Bizarre Adventure view of the world like really feels like a complete set. Like that's why I like that like you can use like stand theory as equivalent to opera theory, as equivalent to what else? As equivalent to like it's a complete set of information. You can use it like to describe and to chart information as consciousness. So I just have some reading here, just some stuff I wrote down. I just wanted to go with you guys, just to chill. Um, so if you guys want to talk about anything, I'd love to talk about everything and anything. I suppose now at this point the video will be pushed to YouTube. If not, we'll make it a discussion period. But I'd prefer for it to be a discussion period. So ask any questions. But if not, I guess I'll just be going through just some small stuff I thought was very interesting, or at least stuff. So you can read other souls. Um, Lovers come back in your life, but it's like you have to learn how to recognize their personalities so you don't hurt them again. You get me? All this is done just to try to prevent suffering. That's all what I do things. Um, just wanted to talk today. I was writing about old professors and old people, old influences. You know, people that I met at throughout my life that pushed me towards different ideas and different thoughts. Another thing you need to just I also write about discussions. Like all this is trying to write like mentorship, trying to write guidance for fellow souls, and trying to prevent ignorance from occurring again, prevent failure, prevent hurting, prevent pain for both male and female consciousness. And quite funny, just another thing as well, just because it'll go for the YouTube, I guess, is that you can quantify like chance and like pleasure in a way. And I love the statistical analysis of this one like TikTok video of the turtle guy. So like if I have a 1% chance to turtle every time I press a button, then how many times do I turtle? And you can clearly tell how it feels like sexual energy. So I'm like, damn, bro, like on average, if you have a 1% chance of busting a turtle, then you have 69 turtle presses that you can have before you turtle. And so for me, I was like, damn, bro. Like it's funny how like you just have to grab knowledge from all aspects of life, and that's what occultism is. That's what it is. Like just search for knowledge wherever it takes you. So I really do like the turtle thing because it kind of lets you like if I want a 50% chance to not turtle, then I want to press 69 times. But you get me? Like, it's sort of like how much are you willing to fail versus succeed? So like is it worth doing the next press? My major's in physics. So good comment. Yeah, my major's in physics. But I thought it was funny how you can use statistical analysis to sort of represent like pleasure and like whether you're about to turtle. I thought that was funny. Another thing that I thought was interesting is that you can have exact like paths for like consciousness. So if I desire something, then you can have like it's like pros and cons, but you can chart pros and cons as like particle exchange. So you can have like a rain like for this one instance, you can have rain as like associated with all the list of pleasures, and then you have the web of negatives as well, and you just compare that ratio. So it's just another way to look at life. Let's go for another thing. What I've been going right now is using the comparisons of like right now I'm trying to find a way to I call it Newton's method where you start writing in terms of images and you don't stop. So I know it's actually backwards, apparently, because that's what I've been learning right now. TikTok displays this backwards, so that's why you can't really see it right. Um, yeah. So how are you guys doing? I've just been chilling. I'd like to talk if anybody wants to talk as a soul. Otherwise, this will just get posted to YouTube as information. Because whenever you're talking as like lesson as instructor, there's a certain dynamic, a certain relationship. When you flip it to friend, to soul, to other, to another, not other, but another, then it changes its energy. So what people call sexual energy is like attentive energy. What people call awkwardness is time. It's weird. It's a time corollary. So so everything's connected. Everything is very much connected, and everything's a little weird. And what people call like occult and tarot reading and energy reading really is just understanding the exchanges between what I do. Like it's like this. Like if I do something weird, if I start acting like a show, if I start giving you a performance, if I start telling some weird jokes, and if I start, you get me? It's an energy exchange. But the type of eyes that someone give and the type of performance that they give for you is indicative of the relationship that you have. Right now, because I see my friend in the chat, he's up here. I'm want to convey to you guys the audience is now transformed in my eyes to the friend mode, and so for me, my flow of consciousness is that towards friend. So hello, friend. For me, this performance is dedicated to you. Um, in other instances, like you get me, how I see the audience, how the person, how the consciousness sees their audience in terms of energy exchange dictates the flow of conversation. It dictates the energy and the sight, the eyes that you perceive. I would not give you necessarily a lover's sight. I wouldn't give you my full attention. You know, like I give you an a direct sight. Like you see my eyes in terms of I am looking at you. I'm not looking for you. I'm not pulling you. You get me? Like that's what it is. And that's what I realize is like the balance between feminine and masculine. That masculine is giver. I'm giving to you. It's like we are sharing this. We are equal. We are level. Feminine is like I'm trying to pull you. I'm trying to command you. Notice how I can switch right like that. My performance, my opera, to meet the demands of conversation. That is what I believe intelligence is. That's what I believe wit is. That's what I believe is consciousness, is what people consider desirable energy. You in the chat, whoever is still here, that means your flow of consciousness. You are dignifying attention to me. I'm glad to have that. And what I've learned as well is that the amount of viewers up here, the amount of viewers that are in the display, actually tell me how effective my communication is. It tells me whether I'm traveling linearly, whether I'm traveling at a rate with consciousness that is absorbable by friendship, absorbable by lovers, or absorbable by the general public. That's what I've learned. And I really want this to be understood that I, just like you, have to go through the same struggles. We struggle sexually, we struggle physically, and we struggle mentally. We struggle with stress, we struggle with anxieties, and all these things can be broken down, and you can realize that the lessons of the world, that the lessons of Buddhists, that the lessons of teachers all come together. And they all come together in the exact same way as particle physics. It's an information exchange. And I realize I'm becoming overbearing because the number of audience decreases and it comes back. It's energy, it's sexual energy, it's flow, it's continuous exchange. Because it is what it is. Like, the fact that you're here means that you're in this masculine energy. You're giving me attention, but you're not giving me emotion. You get me? You're invested, but you're invested equally, not attentively. Like you don't care that I'm not put together fully but you're here for the message. It's interesting. Everything correlates. Everything correlates, and because of that, I now see like masculine and feminine souls as such. I don't see them as like too much as other. I see them as aspects of the self. Aspects of the self. There's parts of me and you. There's parts of you and me. And the parts that we have that are like very similar to each other is what gives us and grants us this energetic exchange. It grants me your attention space. That's how this works. So, how are you guys doing? You guys seem pretty cool so far. Hello, thank you guys for being here. If this makes sense, I'm glad it does. I perhaps want this to be short because I know in retrospect that this is going to go on my YouTube channel. So, if you guys have any questions you'd like to have like fully formulated and you think would be a good thing for other people, then I would love to hear. Yes, I agree. Physics needs a higher tolerance for theological outlooks. I agree. And I found the exact method. I love your intersectional discussions. Absolutely, man. All I try to do is just pull knowledge from everywhere because I've learned that the particle physics, the information exchange, occultism is the same thing. Like it really is just like find the patterns and realize that everything is like chemistry in a way. Like I can bring up an example. I'll just tell you guys here, but I'm gonna make a more concrete example. Combat. That's just how to calculate things. So if I'm in a combat stance, this is like a proton. Protons can decay into many other products. But the reason why protons are very stable is because if I trade into a different reaction, if I trade into an unstable version, the information exchange of protons demands just that I go back to the stable position. So this is what I mean by you can encode states with protons and neutrons and electrons. Like the reason why those are the most common atoms is the exact same reason why those are the most common states in information theory. It's crazy how everything is fucking connected, and it always blows my mind. It always blows my mind, and I find it to be very beautiful. Like I wish I could show you, and so I every time I go live, I beg you as the audience member, tell me what I'm missing to get you to see the oneness in everything. What can I do to serve you? And that's the information exchange. That's the emotional exchange. That's the energy exchange that I seek to offer you. I want to give my soul to the public in a way. Like I don't really care about myself. I don't care about like the life I live. Like that's why I'm not out here searching for clout. I'm not out here searching for Nobel prizes because I realize that we're trying to save humanity. You know, like because I realize this technology that I reveal on TikTok, like how algorithms work, it's being used to track your consciousness, but it's not being used for the right reasons. You can use this to make like to give people. You can teach people how to find peace, how to study consciousness, how to look at their fellow man and woman. You can use this to really heal humanity, to really fix traumas of generations, to understand that the consciousness of young people is the same as the consciousness of old people. We're starting to enter a period of society where we're aware of all aspects of life. We're aware that consciousness from 10 years old to even 20 years old, they're different, but they have the same characteristics of searching. Like they have the same awareness. You get me? It's like your experience saves you and protects you from danger, but the method of searching is just your resistance to flow. It's stuff like that. So let's just talk. To be 100% honest, my sole critique would be to create a course in math. Create a course in math that you use so that people can refer to that in order to understand. So that's exactly it. I completely agree. So I want to like design like there's no need for math. Like the physics and stuff, that's only used for calculating motion and like extracting data and perhaps even identifying data. But you don't need it too much. All you need is just the particle exchanges, and I'll have to explain the three laws of particle physics. There's charge, there's parity, and there's time. So time is like the exchange direction. Parity is matter versus antimatter. So whether it's going forward in time or backwards through time, and then there's charge, which is like positive and negative. Charge is more arbitrary. You can use charge as like an additional parameter, but you can use it to literally mean good or bad. It can go both ways. Like, all this really means is you have 3 degrees of freedom to encode things in. So that's how the particles work. Yeah, I think this is a good length for YouTube. So I'm gonna close it here, open it up, and then we're gonna do just a chill open Q&A discussion. I will be lazy and I will not talk during that because I want that to be dedicated Q&A time. All right, to YouTube. Good afternoon, gentlemen.